would be UFC 251. I think we'll have Ben lead off with the UFC 251 breakdown.
Okay, so I'll mostly be talking about the main events and some controversy in the mix of all of them that happened on Fight Island. So if you guys didn't know, UFC 251 was the first UFC event on Fight Island, which is on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. Is that correct? Yeah, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Okay, so first main event fight, or it wasn't really the first, but the first I'm going to talk about was Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade. So previously, before this fight, they had fought before. This is the second time they're fighting. And Jessica Andrade actually beat Rose in the first fight. But Rose was controlling most of the fight. And Jessica Andrade caught her by surprise and kind of threw her down. And she landed on her head and she got knocked out. But many thought that is kind of surprising because Rose was winning most of the fight. But then Andrade surprised her. But this fight is kind of the same story almost, which Andrade landed some pretty big hits throughout the fight, and she woke up in the third round. But Rose controlled most of the fight, and she took it in the end through decision.
Yeah. I think I might have been a bit scared watching it that Rose Namajunas was going to lose. Mm-hmm. Just like one or two punches that kind of like landed from Andrade that kind of like was like, ooh, that was kind of scary. But at the end, I think Rose Namajunas was definitely the better fighter on the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was the more skilled. Towards the end, Andrade kind of woke up and started catching her, which is kind of scaring people. Like, it got pretty wild. Mm-hmm. I think Rose was just trying to make a statement to show that she was the better fighter, but in the end, it was all right because she got the win anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Next would be the Peter Yan and Jose Aldo fight. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Yeah. Pretty good fight. I was surprised by Aldo, I gotta say. He looked good, but he looked good for his age. Like, I watched his previous fights before this. He looked kind of shaky, but I don't know. He looked pretty good in this fight. But you could tell towards the championship rounds, like, he faded. He's kind of fading. I don't know, maybe he's getting a little tired in the end. But Yan took advantage of that.
Not what he used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yan took control of that and started, brutally beating on him. That's part of the controversy was the ref not stopping the fight earlier. In my opinion, I feel like people were arguing that the ref should have stopped the fight and that his team should have thrown in the towel, but I feel like they knew like Jose kind of wanted to keep going and he didn't want to give up without a fight. But I see what they're saying, like if you see, your fighter going through that, then maybe you should do something about it. But I feel like there's a mutual understanding on both sides that Aldo wanted to fight to the end and didn't want to give up.
Yeah. And I think it was kind of a thing of like it's like you can't just it was almost a legend aspect to it because of how much he's meant to UFC in the sport, and he was one of the first real fighters to come out of it, and seeing that kind of happen, it kind of some people can take it as a disgrace to what he's done in his UFC career. But
yeah,
I mean, to just go down to the weight class, or did he come up or did he go down? He went down, right?
He went down. Yeah, down.
Yeah, so to go down a weight class and compete with one of the best contenders in that weight class and stick it out through most of it was pretty impressive at his age.
Yeah.
But credit to Peter Yan for just absolutely smoking the fight.
Yeah.
That one was over.
Yeah. All right, it's time. On to the next.
It's time. So, for the co-main event, we had the, what was it, flyweight or featherweight? Featherweight.
Yeah.
The featherweight title. The top contender from Ben's hometown, right across the street from Ben. We have Max Holloway. And then the man who holds the belt, I should say. Alex Volkanovski.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I think I'll let Ben talk about it first because I know he wants to talk about it.
All right. Well, obviously, I might have a hometown bias, but I feel part of the controversy is that Max should have won. I feel that he should have won too. I mean, I don't know if I just saw the fight in a different way because, like I said, I have a little bit of a bias. But I was looking at the stats today, and they're kind of in Volkanovski's favor, like strikes wise and stuff like that. But I feel like, I don't know. I think just because I seen Max get more knockdowns against Volkanovski, I feel like, and I felt like he kind of had control of the fight. Like this is way different from the first fight where I was kind of scared because Max didn't look like himself. He didn't look like he was in control. And this fight, he looked more like himself, and he was kind of controlling most of the fight in the beginning. And then as it went on into the later rounds, I feel like Volko really found his stride and started coming back. I felt like it's too little too late, but I don't know. Obviously, the judges saw something different. Plenty of people are saying like Volko got the takedowns and stuff like that, but I know those count for points, but like is really short takedowns. Max got right back up and re-engaged with him. So yeah, I can see where it was a close fight nonetheless, but I don't know, in my opinion, Max should have won, I think.
Yeah, but that's always how it's going to be with any split decision. It's a split decision for a reason. It's not a definitive winner, I guess. It's just who out-edged the other person. But at the same time, credit to both of them for stepping in amidst everything that's going on and just battling it out. And Holloway came close. I thought he was gonna have it, but going into the third and fourth rounds, Volko kind of kicked it up a notch, which I was surprised. I thought Holloway was definitely gonna have more stamina than him, but kind of seemed like Volko was able to match Holloway in the energy department.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like Max did really good in the beginning. I thought he took rounds 1, 2, and 3, and then Volko definitely took 4 and 5. I feel like, but the third round was so close; it could have gone either way. I feel like, but I don't know. Maybe just like I said, I have a bias, so I saw it kind of different, and I thought Max won it. But yeah, definitely Max won the beginning ones, and Volko won the end ones.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds I thought was Holloway as well. The fourth and the fifth I thought was Volko. The third was so close, I thought it could have been a majority draw, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It was just such a close fight, and it was good. I'm glad Holloway was able to withstand five rounds of just pure fighting, and he looked good while doing it. So I think it's a step in the right direction. I definitely think he can improve on this and hopefully compete for one more title before he retires.
And
whenever that is.
Like we stated, I'm from the same hometown as Max and stuff like that, and I just think it's kind of, I don't know, kind of not weird, but out of the ordinary that people threaten Volkanovski fans, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't say, they're like threatening them, saying he should have won, but even though I'm from the same place as Max, I know there's like a line that you don't cross, and even Max said to tell those people to calm down and not be threatening to the Volko fans. And even Volko, people are going against him because he's basking in his glory, but you can't say anything. He won the fight. It's not like you can say he lost it. He won. Yeah, he won.
Yeah,
nothing you can do about it, really.
There's only so much that can be said, but like I said, congrats to both of them. I mean, they both did their jobs. They both went out to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Okay.
One had to win, though.
Yeah. So on to the next co-main event: Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman. So my opinion on the fight.
Masvidal took it on short notice, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So my opinion of the fight, as this Usman's a champ for a reason. Like I was saying, as going into the fight, I was thinking Jorge was gonna demolish him. Honestly, that's what I was thinking. Just seeing how he fights, but I guess since he took it on short notice, it wasn't the same Masvidal. You can say that with more preparation, he would have beat Usman.
Masvidal.
Yeah, you can say with more training, he could have beat Usman, but you can really say that it goes for anybody. More preparation, more training can really help anybody. But yeah, I feel like it would have been not necessarily a more entertaining fight, but a more evenly matched fight if Jorge had the proper amount of time to prepare. But I commend him for taking it on such short notice, and because it doesn't help his career if he loses. So he was really risking it, taking a sacrifice, but he had a shot at the belt and he went for it.
Yeah, and I mean, good for him. I loved his post-game or his post-fight press conference with ESPN, and how he was like talking about how like he doesn't like losing because it can show like a bad mentality to his son, set a bad example. I thought that was kind of cool in like the sense that he's trying to set the best example he can for the next generation and see what he can provide.